We've got to do a better job coaching. We lost 6 games last year. 3 of those losses were by only 2 or 3 goals. And so, we needed to find whatever the difference was there to make that up. And then the other 3 losses were by, like between 7 and 9 goals. And, we were just completely unprepared for those games. I don't think that there was a huge talent gap between our team and those teams that we lost to. And, that a lot of that falls on the coaching staff. And then, the players, we put together the game plans, and there were some days that sometimes players didn't execute very well, and we didn't do a very good job of making adjustments. So there's certainly, in year 2 of this coaching staff, we all know that there's things that we're going to need to be able to do better so that the team can have some more success. Yeah, so when I was putting the schedule together, I knew that, in order for us to make that next step and garner some more respect nationally, that we were going to have to play some of the tougher teams. And when I started trying to look at who I wanted to play, I thought maybe we were putting a little bit too much in there. So we're playing 5 teams that were ranked in the top 20 last year, plus 4 teams in our conference who weren't ranked but received votes. So just our conference schedule is going to be brutal. But then I went and I looked at the top 10 teams in the country and looked at how many top 20 teams they were playing, and they're all playing between 5 and 7 top 20 teams as well. So if we're looking to become one of those upper echelon programs in Division II lacrosse, that's the kind of schedule that we have to have. So we've got some old familiar faces on there. Colorado Mesa. Coach Smith comes down every year to Florida and plays 3 or 4 of the Sunshine State Conference teams. So they're going to be here. They're a top 20 team. We're also doing a rematch against University of Mount Olive, who was a tournament team last year. They were one of the top 8 teams in the country. We're excited. We're going to go play them up in Savannah. Kind of planned a neutral site game there. So that's another top team. And of course, Tampa is always, a Final Four team last year. Gosh, key returners, like you just hit upon, the seniors. We have 11 seniors on this year's team, and this is the most we've ever had here. I think last year there were 5 or 6, and the year before there was that many. So we have twice as many seniors as usual, and they're all, like I said, going to be contributors. There's going to be times on offense when we have 6 seniors on the field, and on the defense it's going to be 4 seniors, a couple juniors, and a couple sophomores who are going to see the majority of the runs. So, and the 2 sophomore guys, I think were both, at least one of them was an all freshman team guy. So, in terms of newcomers, for the freshmen anyway, they got their work cut out for them. We've got a couple really nice attackmen. We have a great player from Virginia on defense who was the state player of the year up there last year, which was kind of a nice get for us. And they're going to be stars for us in the future. Whether or not they break through this year is going to be tough for them. We're going to give them that opportunity, and they've shown a lot of good things already. But actually translating into game time, we'll see. But we're definitely looking for guys like Jack Van Arb, who broke the program scoring record last year as a junior. Carson Buell, who was the team MVP a couple years ago and has been a perennial all-conference player. Justin Diamond and Clay Phillips, a couple transfers from BU, both were all-stars or whatever you want to call that in the conference tournament last year. So, we've got a lot of senior leadership, and they've done a real good job at kind of taking the bull by the horns. And, those are my offensive guys. Defensively, Andy Matthews wears 34 in memory of Will Halver. He's been a guy who's played since day one, and so has Connor McClellan, who those 2 guys you can't say enough about with the leadership that they provide on the defensive end, along with Austin Sopp, who's a short stick D midi for us, a local guy from Lake Brantley High School, and he's kind of our vocal leader out there on the field. You always hear him out there talking.